Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Juice is Loose. We're back after a week off. And yeah, since Terrell just brought up something I completely forgot about, NBA Playgrounds got the update. I forget who here has the game and has anybody
I think
tried?
T does.
I have it.
do.
And it's funny because I was playing it yesterday, and of course the update happens today.
Of course.
So you didn't try the online yet?
I haven't tried it, no.
All right. Yeah, I was gonna see if anybody had tried it. So if not, I guess we'll do that next week. But yeah, finally they get that out. How many months ago did that game come out?
What was that, 4 months
Wow.
ago?
No. It came out
right?
like
April.
2 months ago. What? Was it April? No way.
I thought it was maybe
I thought
I thought it was. I thought it was
late
pretty
April.
early.
it was late April.
Yeah, it was pretty early into the Switch's life.
That would be crazy if it was. I mean, wow.
I know he's
That
right.
took
It was
long
like
ass
April
time.
20 something.
Let me look.
Was it before Mario Kart? I don't
Yeah, it was before Mario Kart.
remember it being before Mario. Wow.
Let's see. May 9th, it says initial release date.
Oh, really?
'Cause
I
that
don't
would make
remember-
more sense.
Yeah.
'Cause
I don't
I
remember.
remember.
So it wasn't late. I was right with May.
So May, June. So it's been 2 months, but so hopefully it
Feel
works.
It was like 10
they
months.
said like a couple days. They said like, oh,
Watching all these people on PlayStation and play online and all this time, it was just made it feel longer.
they're already done with the game.
Yeah, I think people moved on too. That's the
Yeah.
bad part of it. That happened with Fast Racing Neo on the Wii U. By the time they got it fixed, it was no one was playing it anymore. But at
I
least
saw
I mean,
people on it. I saw people on it yesterday because I was playing yesterday.
yeah, it's crazy when the things people play still that I see pop up. You know, what is it, Grateful Explosion or something Explosion?
Oh, I saw that too. That's weird. Yeah,
Probably same
They're the
person.
Same person. Yeah.
And then Bomberman scene. I mean, a lot of just random games yesterday. It sucks though when you're playing Zelda and it takes up the health. I was in a battle and I knew my health was low. It just took a hit and I couldn't see because of the notification.
So who told you to get online and start playing games?
So I'm like, damn it, I almost want to turn it off, but it is cool to see. Not that you can do anything with it at this point, but it is.
Message somebody? No. On Twitter.
Yeah. So, but anyway, let's talk about the other announcement that happened today. I don't think anybody in this group's probably a fan. Maybe T used to be, and that's the WWE 2K18 announcement we got.
Yeah, it was.
So far, I think only Nintendo UK is the only place I've seen the.
No, it's only been in America.
Is it now?
I saw it later because they confirmed it for America. Maybe the video isn't up in America, but I'm pretty sure they.
Yeah, Nintendo UK and Australia they usually tend to beat Nintendo to the punch on some of these
That's so
types of
weird.
videos.
Nintendo beats Nintendo by being
You
Nintendo.
know, the UK, I don't see their NOA's YouTube channel. Don't have it yet. So.
I haven't seen it.
Oh no, I saw it on Twitter. That's what it was. I saw it on Twitter.
Yeah, but so let's just start with the way this was announced. To me, it was pretty cool because I don't follow wrestling anymore, but I knew this guy's one of the top guys because I see him in all the promos and stuff, all the commercials on TV for Sci-Fi had WWE for a while, and they had some pretty cool commercials with him. And just to hear, just kind of like, hey, I'm an avid gamer. I'm a long-time Nintendo fan. I'm excited. I thought it was a cool way to announce this and another third-party game, and it came after E3. So I know that was, we've had some discussions about third-party games not showing up at E3. Here's one it's not a big title, but like RetroDeath said, it's standard third-party support. So let's go to Ms. T because I'm pretty sure you're used to watch wrestling back in the day. I don't think you watch anymore, but why don't you give us your thoughts on the announcement and how they announced it?
Well, if I was to grade how they announced it in America, I'd be like, give it a D-, because I still haven't seen anything. But like you said, the UK seems to get stuff quicker than we do here. Some things for some reason. I guess because it's closer to Japan than we are.
Not always.
sometimes you
Not
have
always.
like,
No. Just some things. It's just
very often you have like trailers, and I'm like, why are you guys still uploading this? That was like uploaded on Nintendo like last month.
And I looked it up, and it's like people were speculating on this like 4 or 5 weeks ago. I'm like, this is gonna be an announcement. I saw some videos. So, yeah, I mean, I haven't had or played a WWE game since like the Wii, like so maybe like 2008, and that's almost 10 years. That's probably the last time I was like avidly watching it too. That was like around 2008 to 2010 maybe. I still peep in from time to time. I know most of the big guys or whatever.
What's that dude's name? Roland?
Seth Rogen.
Seth Rogen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, the one thing I can't stand about wrestling today is like he's like a big guy. His name is Seth. You know, it's like that's one thing I used to love, like people with names, and you know, that's the thing I don't like about wrestling today. But yeah, this is a cool announcement, man. Like this is the type of third-party support. Again, this is like standard third-party support, what you would expect. And I am not surprised, 'cause I think I actually thought this was going to happen anyway, but it's good to actually have a confirmation for it. So man, my Switch library is disgusting right now. I don't know what I'm going to be doing. I have to get a second job. So,
Or quit your job so you have time to play them.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So that's going to be a struggle, but a good struggle to have. So.
All right. So anybody here, Retro, do you watch wrestling at all?
Wrestling is so like America somehow. Over here in Europe, it only started since like maybe 1 or 2 years appearing on TV. When I was younger on the N64, I used to love playing wrestling games, and that is all I knew from wrestling. The N64 wrestling games. I didn't know anything. I think I can name like 3 wrestlers, and I enjoyed those games. But wrestling is definitely not anything almost here compared to America.
Okay. I know in Canada it's pretty popular too.
Yeah. I mean, that's how good those games are. Like, he didn't even like watch wrestling, and he liked those THQ AKI games from the N64.
Yeah, those were amazing.
They were so great, and that's the thing. It's like, even though I still bought like WWE 2K games here and there, like they never would hold up to the.
Well, even the
gameplay
N64 ones,
of those.
they brought another team on to make some of them late in the life of the N64. Maybe it was like every other time they. I forget who the other company was, and it just didn't feel the same. And then when they
I know what you're talking about. There was a couple of them on N64 that were made by different teams, and you're like, nope, it's not AKI. Nope.
And then the next generation, it was just like,
yeah, that's when it really kind of went to a 7.
I know Red Knight was a huge, or still is a huge fan.
Who the heck is that? Red.
I don't know what happened to him. But I remember him saying that he got 17, I think, 2K17 on his PC, and he thought
I gave that to him.
He thought it was pretty decent, actually. Oh, you did?
Yeah, like I had one of those humble bundles. I'm like, I'm never gonna play this, but I know Red Knight likes the game, so I gave it to him.
Yeah, he thought he played it quite a bit. So
well, if you liked it, then that's a good indication of it.
I don't think this game. I don't think that series really sells that big. I wouldn't think. On any platform, it'd be interesting. I don't think it's going to sell well on the Switch, but I don't think it probably sells well on anything really. But they still make them, so they must do enough.
They're making money.
They're just downplaying the shit out of this, man.
Let me look at WWE 2K17. So Terrell, let's go to you. Just what do you think? Is this Take-Two? I think they're the publisher on all these. Is this them really showing some confidence? Are they stepping up and with an announcement like this, or how do you feel?
I can answer that in a very easy statement. Where are you at, EA? Because you're looking kind of bad right now in this comparison to fucking 2K. We got NBA, and we got WWE, and based off of the little press release, we know it has parity with the other versions.
Oh yeah?
EA, where are you at? Where the fuck are you at right now?
What do you mean, man? They give us the most universal game they could give us, which is soccer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
EA's looking into further support of the Nintendo Switch.
Oh, of course they are. But 2K's over here like, yeah, we good.
We
Man,
got the full
And
support.
2K again.
Retro, Europe is the biggest market for the two WWE series on the PS4 because they own the PS4 is so just dominant. But it sold 630,000 just in Europe
My
to
God.
270,000 in North America.
I was gonna say because it only sold like a little bit over 1 million.
Yeah, the PS4
Yeah.
version.
Yeah, the PS4 version. That's crazy.
Europe-
Also, go
I
ahead.
was just gonna say on PS3, PS4, Xbox One, Europe was the dominant sales for those games, which is interesting. So
Talking about the wrestling game.
it's probably because it's new to them. You know, wrestling's new.
Yeah.
Let's
But
look at the.
I was
Go
gonna
ahead.
mention side note, and this is like the first WWE game we've gotten since the Wii, I believe.
Yeah, the Wii. I had. Was it 08?
Yeah.
That was the last one I had.
I'm about to say, so they've been off Nintendo platforms for a while, and you're telling me, oh look, here's the Switch. All right, well yeah, we'll give you the new one,
Mhm.
and we're getting a day and date, and we have all the same features
And
Same thing
parody.
with-
Yeah, that's
yeah, I don't know.
Oh,
if we're
by
getting,
the way, I can take that bitch anywhere I want to take it. I'm not stuck to my TV at home. I mean, that's-
and I appreciate the fact that they made a specific video for the Switch version.
yeah,
Mhm.
and it was very specific by him talking about how, him being a gamer, he can bring it along with him on the road and stuff.
Oh yeah,
That
'cause
was-
they're constantly.
that's
traveling.
brilliant. Yeah,
Mhm.
they're always on the road. So
That's why when you look at that, and I'm looking at EA's FIFA, and I'm like, and look, the FIFA game may not even be bad, but it's just one of those things where it's like, you looking like trash right
Yeah,
now.
that's the
compared.
same thing. I was thinking when he said that, I was thinking about, damn, football players, they be on the road too. You think they would want to play, their game or whatever when they're all, on the road.
Excuse me, sir. It's called soccer.
I guess that's the only football they care about. Yeah.
Well,
At least
it's
for the
like-
Switch version.
it's not like we're getting mad either. So I mean, fuck it.
Yeah.
Go Nintendo reported that he heard or somebody said that it's not the last generation version. The Switch one isn't from the PS3, Xbox because they still make those versions.
Yeah.
Not the last gen version, like that was specifically pointed out. That's what he reported on. So, and it's just funny looking at the 2K16 sales, same exact number. Europe just loves buying annual games, and they love the PS4. That's two facts.
Yeah.
for those gamers over there.
I don't know if that's a positive thing. In
It is, the same amount of people bought 2K16 and 2K17. 650,000.
Wait, man, they're consistent.
That is crazy. That's consistent.
That's real crazy. Yeah, that's really consistent.
But I would hope the Switch version could do what the Xbox One version does, about 400,000, 500,000.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping
Yeah.
it lands around. I think they'd be happy with that too.
Yeah, because what was it? I don't remember what video I pointed out the fact that if a publisher makes like $35 or $30 to $35 on a $60 game, like if you sell 50,000 copies, that's $1 million. So when people are talking about the Wii U port cost $1 million for like Call of Duty and stuff, and they sold 300 and some $1,000, that's like 8-9 million they made on a $1 million investment. And like that's not good enough. Like,
You know what the craziest thing about this is? Like right from the beginning, John Cena was running around with the Switch.
Oh, really?
Like,
Yeah,
we
that's
had
right.
no idea.
yeah, he was at
This
those.
is- that thing.
Like, they set up a little room on the.
Yeah, they had that little room on the mountain or whatever. It was
Mhm.
like on that hill, and he was
That's true.
one of the first guys out there promoting the Switch. And I was like, now I'm like, oh wow, we should have saw that coming, but I guess not.
Yeah, and let's get back to that point. Like, instead of just having a WWE 2K18 trailer and then maybe showing the Switch logo at the end, or maybe not, depending on if you're EA, they just specifically said, "Hey, here's a video. It's on their YouTube channel." And then Nintendo UK has it now. I'm sure Nintendo America will have it.
We'll get around
later.
to it at some point.
A specific video with one of the top guys and pointing out exactly what you said. He's played on the bus, played on the plane. They're always traveling. It's like EA couldn't do that. They couldn't get one of the big soccer player stars to make a little video or something. Like,
Right.
come on.
You know what I would have liked? I would have loved this, and I know that would never have happened. But like the wrestler dude, I don't know the names. He would be sitting at home playing a Switch, and he's like, and now I can take it with me on the go. And he takes it up and he walks in the ring and like smashes it on somebody's head,
That would have been funny. climbs up a ladder and
Yeah.
still playing a Switch. Oh shit! So, anybody think this is like the start of more announcements from third parties or Take-Two? Like, could we get a super late GTA 5 port to the Switch or any other third party, maybe bigger third parties still have maybe making announcements the rest of this year for the Switch? I mean,
I think a portable GTA 5 would still be great regardless. Like, I mean, think about that. It's still on the top every week. Like, it's always
I know.
top 10
I think it would make sense,
Crazy.
but
I don't know if that's gonna happen. I think it's more than business with Rockstar North because they have some bad blood. Nintendo,
Yeah, I've heard about that.
they got bad blood. I want to do a video about that, by the way.
you think
But yeah, they have.
if Take-Two said you're making it, they'd have
Oh
to
yeah,
make
of course. They're the publisher. They
Yeah,
decide.
I think right now they're testing the waters with these games, and if everything we're hearing about these games is true, which is that they are on parity with the other versions, and it's going to be one of those situations where these don't sell well. Whose fault is that?
Yeah.
And
This
I
game
think
should sell between, hopefully 300,000 and 500,000, if not more, copies, because it is a universal style game. It's not like, oh, you have to be a certain fan to buy this game. I know a lot of Nintendo fans that like wrestling, so it's not one of those things you can segment and say, oh, well, Nintendo fans don't like this type of game or this type of thing.
Yeah, because Nintendo fans used to always get wrestling games back in the day.
Yeah.
And I think it should be interesting to see. I wouldn't be surprised if it outsold the Xbox One version.
That I wouldn't be surprised about. No.
So, anybody else got any predictions? Any other third-party games maybe gonna be announced in the next month or so? Or you think-
I don't think it'll be American. I think it might be some Japanese games, and that's only because Tokyo Game Show.
Oh, yeah,
I just can't imagine this is gonna be the last.
I don't think so. I don't.
Switch this year.
I think there will be more. I mean, there's games that have been announced people already forgot about, like Payday 2, and people forgot about that.
We're still waiting on that. All right.
And well, I'm just saying, like that, it's been announced, and people don't really talk about that as being third party. There's a couple of PC style games. That's what I was hoping for the Switch to have more of, is like games that came from the PC that kind of more PC styled. What's that one game? I was watching.
Actually, didn't we just get one like last Thursday? Was it Implosion? The one that's like it was originally a mobile game, and then
yeah.
But mobile, not PC, my dude. That's not.
Mobile is mobile. That's a cell phone.
Listen. Just you couldn't let me have it. All right, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
You're on the right track. You just not Implosion. That's not the one.
Maybe we'll get that Android Cactus game that was supposed to come out on Wii U, like I don't know how many years ago.
I'm waiting for the letter 2.
Eat a dick.
Oh my gosh.
Eat a dick, Robert. There's no other words for that, man.
I hope Kokui or whatever it is gets ported to Switch. That frog.
What about SteamWorld?
That frog game.
Or
SteamWorld
Dig. I mean, SteamWorld Dig too.
That's supposed to be like early. It's like late summer, early fall, isn't it?
I think.
I don't remember.
I'm waiting for Runner.
They recently mentioned it like a few weeks ago about it coming out because it's also like PlayStation 4 and Steam, I think.
Yeah, there's some other like indie games and stuff that kind of.
We're still waiting on Pocket Rumble, damn it.
Yeah, Pocket Rumble. I can't
Still waiting on
Runner.
Rhyme and
ukulele.
ukulele.
Oh yeah, ukulele. How?
Hopefully
Wow.
a Hat in Time. Hopefully.
Oh, that'll be awesome. That'll be awesome.
Well, no, that game just needs to come out. Period.
Yeah, it just needs to come out. Period.
Yeah,
But hopefully,
it's been like how many years? Jesus,
that game better be perfection.
Mario Odyssey will come out by the time because I remember that was the whole thing with Hat in Time. It was like we're bringing back the 3D platformer. Well, Mario's coming out in like a few months.
There's a bunch of games that came out since that did that. Oops.
Better get out before Odyssey. Otherwise,
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He probably won't. That's the problem.
That's never gonna happen, I think.
Oh man, Hat in Time looks so good too.
I don't
It
even
does-
know.
it does look good.
I remember that one now. It's been so long since I've seen it.
I think they still have that beta on Steam. I think.
I can't
Yeah,
wait.
I think you still get the beta.
Flipping Death is gonna be good. Those are by the guys Stick It to the Man. I love that game.
There was this one Deus Ex looking game, very PC stylized. I can't remember. Has very stylized graphics to it. And that's coming out, and it looks pretty damn good.
I don't know.
Yeah, remember that
Yeah,
reel?
remember
That
that
had
one.
some really. I know it was back when we saw Mr. Shifty and all that first got announced. There's some really cool looking games, but
Yeah. I'm sure. I mean, they're still in the works. I'm sure. It's like now it's just like the calendar's filling up. It's like
Yeah,
where
but
do we put these
exactly.
games? You know.
Well, you also got games
some
that are being,
sales.
like, you also got games that are just randomly showing up on the eShop. Like, what was it, like 3 or 4 eShop games came out
Like
last
one
week?
Resident Evil style game, Vaccine.
Yeah, and you were just kind of like, well, damn, when y'all didn't even announce this. This shit
There's
just
no
came
announcement
out.
of nothing, and it looks pretty damn cool. I want to get that thing.
That's the problem.
I still want to try Thumper. No bullshit.
I mean, Thumper. I
Thumper's
mean,
awesome.
Thumper's
Thumper's
There's too
awesome.
much. It ain't the
Mhm.
Wii U, man. Wii U got no games. That ain't the problem with the Switch, man. Switch got too many games. You can't figure out what to buy on that bitch.
Hey, I'm not made of money, damn it. I can't do
Right.
it.
You end up buying all this shit and it just sits on your damn hard drive.
Yeah, then it sits on your SD card in your Switch, and you're just like, man, I'm
I'm
gonna have to buy me a bigger SD.
I gotta buy a new SD card now.
Yeah, I gotta buy me a new SD card.
What y'all rocking with?
Oh,
Yeah,
200.
Oh, you got 200? Yeah.
I haven't bought one yet. I'm hoping tomorrow's Amazon Prime Day.
No, today's Amazon Prime Day.
No, it's not. It starts tonight at like 9.
What? Oh, no one. No wonder, because I'm looking at these sales.
This thing gonna tell me I'm over here waiting, looking at Amazon right now. It's like 9.
Because I
You tell mama.
And because I was looking at the Prime Day sales, and I'm like, these don't feel like sales. They're like $10 off. Like, what is this?
That's a giveaway, yeah.
Yeah, I'm about to say, come on now.
No, well, like for Blu-ray and stuff, I was like, $20 seems like the standard. Like, I thought it was gonna be lower.
How much was that Vive? How much was that Vive, Robert?
It was
I know you ain't. I know you ain't talking about how much it costs.
If you want to,
Get outta here.
just look it up. It's on
No,
Amazon.
don't look it up. If you gotta look it up, that means you weren't paying attention enough when you bought it.
David, it's awesome. I love it. I love
Uh-huh.
it. It is.
Oh shit!
Okay.
That's what happens when you kick it. When you kick a kid's toy, started transforming and shit. What is it?
I thought the police was coming in the house. I said, "What'd you do?"
They got me.
That was like I was looking. My buddy, his cat crawled into his ductwork, and he thought it was stuck. And I'm like moving shit around. All of a sudden, I hear like meow, or like this noise. I'm like, I hear her. It was a fucking stuffed animal I bumped. Got him all like, excited. Later on, the thing finally came out on its own, but he thought it was gonna die in there, and he was all worried.
Oh man.
But yeah, that was funny. Anyway, let's get back to.
Yeah, we kind of deviated a lot.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk about the Splatoon 2 Direct now, because that's been a few days. And yeah, I know Robert had an opinion, and some people disagreed. So let's just talk about just initial thoughts on it. My take on it was well done and stuff. It was just a lot of information we already knew. I felt like they were talking to potential new players who've never played Splatoon more than us, So I didn't think it was bad though, and there was some sneaky good information hidden in there for the veterans. But overall, it was probably longer than it needed to be for me because I already knew most of that stuff. But overall, it wasn't a bad presentation. It wasn't a bad direct. It just wasn't a lot of new information for me. So that was my take. What about you, Retro Death? What do you think about the Splatoon 2 Direct?
For me, it was exactly what I expected it to be. I expected nothing less, just for the Squid research shit, to introduce the world, to introduce some of the main things. I didn't expect like 100 new things. I expected them to like entertain us basically by laying. I think the most important thing was they just wanted to build hype instead of actually like reveal new shit. And I don't know, it was exactly what I expected it to be.
Okay. Terrell, what did you think?
I'm pretty close to how you feel about it, Juice. But I am gonna throw in one side note. The internet is mean as shit. It's mean as shit because like at the end of that direct, obviously we're gonna address it. But the whole the new kids on the block, mother. People are like, "Hey man, I love."
Oh,
Really? Damn it.
Yeah.
It's fine. We're just ignore it. It's fine. People were like, "I love me some chocolate," and said, "Fuck the other kid." And I was like, "Wow, yo." People were so mean to that girl. What's it? Pearl. People were so mean to Pearl online. It was ridiculous. People were making comments about her reacting to people's negative comments on her appearance, and I was just like, "Y'all, some dirty bastards."
Well, granted, her personality isn't that welcoming.
Well, I mean, she's a brat. You can tell that's the general idea. Someone took I don't know if y'all seen that movie Cats Don't Dance. It's an old animated film. It's kind of underrated. There's like a really rich girl.
Sorry, I thought you were. I thought the Millennium Falcon was approaching or something. He's landing in your background.
It's gonna be one of those nights. All right, it's cool. It's a cool story, guys. It's fucking terrible. Fuck it. The point I was gonna make is that
I heard it. I never saw it though.
People are making fun of her giant forehead. So like I've seen pictures of her, and her forehead's like half her face and shit. And I'm just like, y'all need to chill out.
That's not even a main problem. People are just salty because if she would have gotten like bigger tits than the other one, people would have been happy. It's just the fact, like, oh,
no way,
the black one is super hot, you know, but they just can't fuck the little one. That's the only thing.
Oh my god.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, people are also doing those memes of like, all right, Kimishima, what do we do to save the Switch? And then you see the picture of, like Twin Tail and fucking like Min, and then like Marina from Splatoon 2. And Zelda's ass from the cutscene, and you just got Kimishima in the corner like,
That's great.
For 2017, Kimishima's all about.
Oh, we lost you.
You sound like Bite and Bark.
Got a little excited.
So everyone's gonna say the fans are real, but I do like some of the meta things that show like how.
Terrell, yo, you're breaking up.
You sound like Bark from Bite and Bark.
We didn't.
Just go someone else.
All right, Robert. Why don't let's just give quick thoughts on it before we go in deep. In deep with the direct.
You're fucking terrible, Juice.
Okay, so
you're
for
fucking
me,
terrible.
Apparently, I mean, listen, I loved Splatoon 1. I absolutely loved it, but this one direct that I just didn't care for, I thought was honestly really pointless. Because apparently we need a refresher every 5 minutes because no one knows how to play Splatoon apparently.
They ran over the basics, which was.
I know it like the literal basics. Like, dude, I mean, it's been around for 2 years.
But granted,
people know something about it.
Yeah, but granted, like. There's going to be a whole new audience of Splatoon players
for sure
never have been on the Wii, or Wii U.
For sure, and I get that, but like, I don't know if they're really gonna look up that specific direct.
Probably not.
The thing is, because I know what you're trying to say, but it's like if you take the reality into account, the Wii U was not popular at all. Many people didn't know what it was. If you see it like that, and the Switch, it's on everybody's mind. So you need to refresh all those people who probably don't even know about
but
Splatoon.
They've done it 20 times. I mean, like, this isn't the first Splatoon 2 direct to say the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, like, I don't think you do that in the direct. I think you do that in the lead up to the direct.
Like, it's so bizarre to me. Like, it would, like, I didn't expect, like, oh, I want this new, I want this new. It's like, show something though. Like,
overwhelmingly, I mean, Robert's right. Overwhelmingly, the audience tuning in for the direct is gonna be Splatoon 1 lovers. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
it's gonna be weird for us.
That's why when I saw a bunch of people like oh, why did you expect so much? I'm like, I didn't tell you what I was going to expect, first of all, so I don't know why you're acting like,
I can read into your mind and then know anything.
Like, I just felt it was personally very not disappointed, but pointless. Like, I didn't think you really needed this. You could have tweeted this, to be honest. Like, I don't really think you needed a whole 24-minute direct on this kind of stuff. Like, I really don't think so.
Cut just to the stuff that was like new that we didn't know about yet, it'd have been 5 minutes or less.
Yeah.
You know what would have made this one great is announcing Salmon Rush.
Yeah.
Salmon Rush.
Whatever, Salmon Run. Announcing that. Announcing that now.
It was Sonic
Oh, yeah,
Rush
announcing
Underwater
that.
sequel.
Yeah, announcing that now
Yeah,
instead of
I
like
get
before.
That
Would have been a
more
bigger
sense.
impact. for
I was
this direct,
expecting
too.
Octolanes to be a playable character or something.
Yeah, like that. I mean, that's not a whole lot to expect because
No.
First of all, we got this chick who's definitely an Octoling, and she's obviously kind of good on the good side.
Yeah,
So-
that's true. Yeah.
No, she's a bad bitch. Come on now.
So that would have been something pretty cool.
Yeah, because I mean, even the ranked modes are the 3 we already have.
Are the same ones. It's like, ooh,
But like I said, Salmon Run looks like a big portion of the game, and they spent a lot of resources on it.
Yeah.
So I guess I can live with that sacrifice. And like Nintendo Ultra pointed out, there's a room for a 4th one. The way they
there
have
is
it labeled.
there is that one little slot, and I
You
saw
know there's
that. I
something
was like,
coming, you know.
Yeah.
yeah,
They
there's
didn't
gonna
say
be
it.
one thing coming.
They didn't mention modes when they talked about new content, but
No.
so T, what was just your take on the direct, and then like I said, we'll go into some of the specifics.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty close to where you are. Like, there was a lot of it that was kind of pointless to me, and it was a good direct overall, especially if you hadn't heard of Splatoon ever. But it wasn't a lot there for me as a Splatoon 1 guy.
And somebody has seen. I mean, even a lot of the footage.
Yeah.
Was stuff we've seen before at E3 or before.
I mean, I liked seeing it the way they, like I said, it was well presented. Like,
Yeah.
seeing all the weapons and stuff. Like, I'm hype for those weapons and stuff that they're, and then there's more coming, like that Splatbrella, whatever they call that thing. That is dope. That is very cool. So, but overall, yeah, it was.
All right, so let's talk about. One of the big things for me, which is going to greatly increase, I think, us playing, or a lot of us playing the Splatfest throughout the year, not just giving up on them, is now you can play with friends, which is, to me, it might not seem huge, but it really is. And then they also confirmed the voice chat app works with Splatfest. It seems to only work in private mode or private lobbies, League Battle, and Splatfest, so it doesn't work in just. So we can't just all go play general, according to what they said. I don't think you just be able to do a turf war and hey, let's chat.
Weird
through their app, which is weird. But the Splatfest was confirmed with friends and with the voice chat app. Which at this point, I'm just going to stick with Hangouts. I'm just going to say that.
Yeah, it's just like
Same
you're shooting yourself in the foot. Like,
You know what trips me out about that app though? The app, because we actually finally got to see screenshots of it based off the Splatoon Direct. It actually looks pretty similar to Google Hangouts, like in the way it's kind of the way the actual chatting is structured.
Yeah, if it said like, hey, you and your friends can talk, and as soon as your match, if you're in the same like lobby, as soon as your match starts, if you're on opposite teams, you can't talk. Something, I guess that still would have been kind of dumb because you're friends, but
that doesn't make sense even if you're on opposite
the whole
teams.
point, I think the whole point is like strategy on that one though.
yeah.
That's still dumb.
But let's just focus on the playing with friends and the Splatfest part, which I think is really cool. And also, just want to say Team Ice Cream. So
yeah.
whoever's on Team Ice Cream,
Team Ice Cream,
Team Cake, bitch.
Team Cake indeed.
All right, so Robert and Terrell and I and one other person can play the Splatfest.
I'm a hipster, man. I can't do whatever. Oh, everybody's Team Ice Cream.
Well, actually, no.
You want that team cake for
That turned me
Marina.
off right away. I was like, nope.
People aren't
No,
on
but
Team Ice
Team-
Cream.
I just
You're
love
Team
ice cream.
Diddy.
I was gonna say, T, you had to understand in this situation, you're actually going with what I would expect you to go with, because
Team cake?
most
Is that an ass?
guys of your stature would be all about that cake.
I'm all about that cake, son. I like to stack my feet, you know.
It's gonna be interesting to see if everyone just picks what Marina picks because they don't like Pearl.
Man, see,
Wait a minute. Wait.
this motherfucker's so dirty, man.
Oh yeah.
When did all this chocolate love happen?
That's
I
just Pearl.
understand.
Just looks as a
Tell
weird
you,
looking
man.
character.
Man,
Yeah,
I
she's
like
very strange looking, man. She's like an alien. It's weird looking.
what do you mean? They're all squids. The fuck?
Yeah, but at least
One
Marina-
has octopus legs up for hair. What are you talking about? She looks strange.
Yeah, what kind of
no,
shit is that?
Pearl specifically has a weird ass face.
It's just her whole style and attitude. Just it's weird, but
She comes off as like a bratty kid the way she acts.
Like,
Bratty Valley girl.
Yeah,
but
I think she'll be the one that grows on people.
no, what? Get out of here.
and
Hey
then
man, look, Callie is trash. I want that to be stated. So
Both are
Man.
trash.
hey man, I appreciate the multicultural Nintendo.
Jesus is trying to
2017. Sorry.
I was just gonna say, you can play Splatfest with friends. I was gonna rewatch it and write down some other new stuff. I'm trying to remember. I know there's some really cool. All the specials are all new, right?
Yeah.
They confirmed
Yep,
that,
yep.
which we'd seen some of them already, but to know that that's all there is new ones is cool. They
looks so
reconfirmed
good.
new content coming, and then the demo, which is going to be this weekend. You can play 3-hour Splatfest, which we were talking about off air is kind of weird. They're just cutting into Arms' lifespan, but
Which is even worse because we have an update coming out this week.
yeah,
It's so
'cause Max
strange.
Express is coming, but it's just weird because they know you got to figure Nintendo knows that almost all Switch owners are going to buy this. Maybe they're going to be a restock this Friday of Switches, and they just want to try to get people to jump in instead of everybody buying it on the 21st with Splatoon 2. Maybe it's kind of a theory I have.
Well,
'Cause,
there's
like,
been casual restocks in like online these last few days. Like today, there was a restock of the Neon Switch on Amazon. I mean, granted, it was only up for like 30 minutes, but you know,
I think that's going to be a big.
not even a joke.
At least it was a restock, though. Yeah.
They said January or July was going to be the start, and it almost kind of makes sense to try to get some people to jump on board the week before Splatoon 2 launches. Otherwise, there's just no way they're going to meet demand, I don't think, especially in Japan, unless they've been stockpiling, putting out some restocks, but also saving some to build up because the pre-orders in Japan are over 800,000 and there's only 1 million Switch owners. That's ridiculous.
Oh yeah, I was gonna make a.
Some
I
of
was gonna
those people have to be people that didn't even have a Switch yet.
make a bold prediction. I think Splatoon 2 is gonna be another Breath of the Wild situation, where there'll be more people owning the game than the console.
I think it's a little
And Japan will make up the deficit. I promise you.
Is there a special edition? Like,
No.
No, but you can buy the
it should
box.
be.
You can buy the box by itself.
yeah. No, I just meant like that's why Breath of the Wild. Wow. That's why Breath of the Wild did so well. It's because of the special editions too.
I usually announce it
Master-
pretty late. I'm pretty sure there's going to be at least an edition with one of the amiibos in there.
Yeah.
That would make sense, but they didn't announce anything. So
Well, consider how much is coming out that day, because I think in the Splatoon controllers coming out that same week, or
and the Smash Amiibos, the
Yeah,
final
that's
Smash
another thing.
yeah,
Amiibo.
they're like these motherfuckers are assholes. You can drop all this stuff on the same day, or
Yeah,
in the
why
same
not
week.
wait?
I'm damn sure getting one of them controllers too. God dang it.
See, I thought about it, but I was like, I don't fucking need it because they're gonna come out with a remodel of that shit next year anyway.
If it was the orange and blue, I would, but I don't like the.
No reason why I'm not, because when I get my Pokemon Switch game, I already know what they're gonna do, and I'm like, well, I might as well wait on that then.
Well, I'm gonna buy it because I like the style of the controller. Isn't it like doesn't it have like the little splats all over the
It looks cool.
It's
as
not
hell.
just let's put the yellow and the pink or whatever things,
You can
nubs or whatever. And for me, I'm buying it. I want to buy it because I'm eventually going to hand off my current Pro controller to my son when he gets his Switch.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
there's a practical reason for me to buy it too.
Hey T, let me ask you a question. You gonna get that headset since Hori announced that that's coming to the West?
Maybe.
I mean, you could just use that headset just to play in portable mode.
Yeah.
Oh, so I know. I think we should at least try the app shit. before we
It's just a cool headset. You know, you don't have to use it for voice chat. I mean,
Yeah,
yeah, I know. But I'm saying we should at least try the
I'll
Nintendo
definitely try
app
that app
first.
just for the
yeah, we gotta try it
podcast.
out. Yeah.
So yeah. Anything else? What else was like some new little changes?
Oh, some of the changes to the maps, like what was that, Port Mackerel? Instead of they have like sponges on the side of those areas. Like they've redesigned that whole middle section now. It used to be like all those little corridors.
It's a depth corridor.
Yeah, they've made it more spread out, and there's also sponges on the corners now, so you can like use that to get the high ground. It actually looks like they've made that map more vertically. So like there's like stuff going on the top level on top of the bottom area being more open. I think Moray Towers just has the zip lines now. What was the other old?
I swear there was
Both of
some
those
like,
maps.
couple more minor little additions that are gonna just
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what other older maps we were getting.
not just in maps though, just in
Oh, you saw the fact that
just
they
in the
kinda,
game itself. Like just
Oh,
For
the way they-
example, I like the fact that they re-added. I know T was complaining about that, but I like the fact that they added the Miiverse shit in the game itself.
Oh,
yeah, they tried to
yeah.
do something at least. You know, I
Yeah,
wasn't really complaining. I just miss Miiverse. I didn't have a problem with what they were
people
doing.
have found a way somehow to draw pretty good. I tried for like a half hour. It's futile with my finger. It's like,
It's very tough.
and can we just be honest about something? That screen should just might as well been the Wii U type of touch screen with a stylus, because they're not doing anything with
Nothing.
and it's not even that good for typing on the keyboard. It kind you got to like hold it there for a split second. You can't just touch it real quick and lift your finger and type fast. It just doesn't work.
No,
you
can't type.
have to type super slow. Just have a stylus compatible screen, because there's no benefit to
You know,
what they
everybody
have
has
now.
one. You know, everybody has a damn screen. So why not? You know,
Because that would have been a nice. It could have with a stylus could have done a lot more. Even though people are pulling off some shit, I have no idea how they're doing it.
people will find a way. These dudes find a way to make some good art.
Unless you can put like, I don't know, put it in something and have like a CNC type machine, have something that works contact. You put a tip on it that works like like it's reading your finger and like drawing it. I have no idea how people are doing it, but it is cool to see that it's there. The first post I saw was that it was in green. It was in like a corner by where Marie's gonna be on the single player, and it was in like dark, and it said Miiverse was a mistake, and it was just like it was perfect. It just, I don't know. I didn't even know if that was somebody posted that at the time. I wasn't sure that.
Yeah, because it shows up on like the walls and stuff too.
Yeah, and I'm like,
It's
then
so
I realized
weird.
people could draw on the in portable mode, and so I did it. I actually used the D-pad to draw, to do like a text, like so I get straight lines. And it took me forever. It was tedious as hell, but it's there, so that's something. It's not equal to, but then it posts it directly to Twitter too, which is kind of cool. So it's kind of a little bit of Miiverse brought back.
Yeah,
So it's better than nothing.
Miiverse, but I think Miiverse, obviously it's over, but a way it could live on in some capacity is through whatever they're going to do with the Switch messaging thing.
Yeah, let me draw on my phone screen, because that's a little bit easier, I think. And then some people's smart devices have stylus support.
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, other than that, we already kind of talked about Pearl and Marina. Didn't really see that coming. I mean, I didn't expect them to go to two new characters. Obviously, you're gonna get the same old. These are the maps every time you start the game. So I know there's some people maybe haven't realized that it's gonna be a thing, because I know.
Hey man, don't ruin it.
Especially someone like OJ, who was pretty hard on some of the things in the first game, and I think that's coming back. They said you could skip Sheldon's. Was it Sheldon?
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
weapons
Sheldon.
guy. You can speed that up, which they specifically
You can speed
pointed
everybody
out.
up. But, yeah.
And the 2-hour
Why can't you just skip
rotation.
them?
The rank mode's only going to be one every 2 hours. The rank mode's going to switch, so you can't just play the one you want when you get on. So a few things like that are returning that I was hoping would go away. So that was confirmed in the direct. Anybody got any thoughts on that? The fact that rank mode, same 3 modes, and the fact you got to wait it's 2 hours, which is more bearable, but still you can't just play the one you want, knowing there's going to be millions of people playing this game and the lobbies will be full no matter what they do. I think it's unnecessary to have the one mode every 2 hours thing for ranked, especially.
I'll say this, that's all I used to play was ranked, and that's annoying. Especially when it's like, you know, there's like certain modes that you like more than others, and it's like, come on, let me just pick. And why is it only still the same ones as the first one? Like, we went 2 years with this game. Why can't we launch with a new mode? Like, really? Come on.
I think they started a new mode and it turned into Salmon Run, I think.
I think. Well, that and Salmon Run's only like locked out for certain times.
That's so weird.
Although I did look at the screenshot and the times are pretty wide. It's like almost a day. It's like 24-hour sections.
It's not every day though.
It's like I think I saw like in the example they showed in the direct, it was like 3 different times. One of them was like 12 hours. The other 2 were like 24 hours, but they were split apart by like the first one was like a day off, and the other ones were right next to each other day wise.
So stupid.
It just seems really disjointed, and there's no reason to do that except for like I guess you get different rewards
because it's just. I guess can you do in private mode, like you can do it, but for this, like, gives you things that you can use in the main game.
Hopefully.
So if we could just play Salmon Run, like 4 of us who wanted to, at any time in a private match, that would be fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
I thought that was already confirmed that you could.
Well, I hope. We'll see. I don't know. With Nintendo, like it doesn't sound. I don't know.
I don't understand why there's any other, like, if you and your 4 or 3 friends want to play, you're not playing against any other humans. It just makes no sense to have this version that's set to a time.
Which is weird because I know you can do that for local wireless. Like they've already shown that in the direct that you could do local wireless and play any match and mode.
That's true. That's true.
So I would think online private matches are pretty much the same.
Yeah, that's true. So it should be able to.
And those are fun, except for you're not earning anything. So it's just like I'd rather be leveling up.
Yeah.
At times when I was playing Splatoon 1,
I do appreciate the fact that now you for rank they split up the ranks.
Yeah.
So you have 3 separate scores for each mode.
Oh, that's
but you know how frustrating that is though, because at the same time it's like, oh hey, but I can only play this one mode, so these other 2 modes are never going to be able to be ranked up, and you may be like, yeah, but maybe you'll bump into it one day. Exactly, maybe.
Yeah, man, that's why you're supposed to use that, Robert.
For me, it's the opposite because I always love the splat zones, and I fucking hate that fucking tower control shit. It makes me aggressive playing that.
This hatred to tower control.
I just like it now that I won't be punished for liking splat zones.
Yeah, but you're gonna be punished for maybe never playing it still. Like it's still the same thing.
Man, that's why you use the phone app, Robert. Come on.
Oh yeah, I want to download another app, guys, so I can check it.
God, this man is savage.
Like, come on, like it's Splatoon 2. Like, I love Splatoon 1, but it's like, how weird is it that they still lock all this? It's just so weird to me.
Yeah, you only do that if you think the user base can be so small that you're not going to have enough people playing.
Yeah,
at all the modes, but there should be enough.
Sense on one. It doesn't make a lot of sense.
I mean, you're gonna have 1 million from Japan.
I honestly don't even think.
Imagine if Mario Kart went between races and battle, and you could only do one.
Yeah, why is Mario Kart so open about this? But Splatoon 2 is like, nah.
Or even Smash Brothers. Imagine Smash Brothers. Hey, you want to do 1-on-1? You got to wait 2 hours.
You can't really. To be fair, you can barely play Smash Brothers 4 players. That's why we always have to keep telling people to fix their routers and whatnot.
No, but what I'm saying is that imagine they're like, oh, hey, listen, you can only play 4-on-4 right now. You can't play 1-on-1. What?
I just don't. I thought that stuff would be gone. The 2 hour for map thing would be. It just the only reason I have it is so you can have the 2 girls come in and have something to do. Like have it's like they wanted to give them something to do. Oh. They're not real people. They don't need a purpose.
Yeah.
They can, damn. What the fuck?
I think what they wanted to do is they wanted to be able to have another tour in Japan with 2 new pop singer characters.
Well, they're always doing something during the Splatfest thing. Like it's not like they're never doing anything.
Yeah, it's true. if anything, what they should do is like maybe every day have a scheduled concert or something, so they could go on the side, and maybe if you want to watch
But I
that,
thought
go
you
ahead.
didn't like schedules, Robert.
No. I'm saying I don't have to watch it personally, but someone else could go. Someone else could go watch these two people sing, and I'll go play my goddamn towers and stuff.
Excuse me, sir. I think it's rapping you're thinking of. I think that's what they're doing.
Listen, yeah, wait. Where's our recognition in rap? We need some squid rappers.
Well, it's funny because it's the white fish that's rapping, not the black.
Yeah, I was gonna say she looks like the rapper to me.
Who? What are you talking about, Marina or Pearl?
Pearl.
No, yeah, it's because Pearl is rapping. Like when we saw that,
just tell like her style and everything, just that fits.
She's that white trash rapper. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
We're getting all types of representation.
But yeah, I mean,
I'm not really into rap, but you all know the best rapper is white.
What?
It's like T will go from that one.
What is he talking about?
No, because they're talking about how the white squid shouldn't be the rapper because she's a white, and then I'm like, but I'm not into rap, but Eminem is one of the greatest rappers, I feel.
Yeah, Eminem is on. Do we have to get on this now? If Eminem was black, nobody would be talking about Eminem.
What?
He's only great because he's
great,
white
though.
and can rap the way he does. That's why he
exactly
gets
the rap
much.
the way he can do.
Is that called pandering? Is that what that is?
If he was black and rapped that way, he'd just be another rapper.
Oh no, he'd still be pretty good. No, to be fair, he
Facts.
would be pretty good though.
These are facts.
He would still be pretty good. To be fair.
He'd be great, but because he's white and he can rap the way he does, that's why he gets more love. I mean, I understand it. I'm not upset about it. I get it. But
welcome to Race Relations on the.
Well, hey, in the songs, remember in his songs, it even says, "If I was black, I would have half."
He
I
knows
never graduate from high school to know that.
Right. I mean, he said it himself. Like
I'm more baffled. You got Robert over here quoting Eminem of all people.
well, that's why Eminem's a success because people like Robert who probably wouldn't listen to
right.
rap.
He can relate to way more people than the average black rapper could. So that's another reason he gets.
I don't care for his style myself, but
that's because he's fucking insane. But I enjoy that insanity personally.
Yeah,
although he needs to talk about his girlfriend. I'm so sick of that.
He's nuts.
He definitely peaked in the early 2000s, I think, or mid 2000s.
So welcome back to the race relations.
Because I didn't even like the last thing I remember was the Marshall Mathers LP. I couldn't tell you anything after that. Like,
well, the first one actually, to be fair, the second one is actually pretty good because he has the Marshall Mathers LP too. That's actually pretty good.
I love that.
He went through like a dead zone where he just completely started dicking around too much. But he kind of got his shit together.
I mean, again, that is understandable. I am not upset. Like when you see some person of a different cultural background do something as well as people like you expect it, then that's just it stands out more. That makes sense.
That's not really always true though, because you have certain. Okay, let's flip this into metal. You have certain metal bands that are really big, like for example Sepultura, and they're one of the rare bands that have like a main black dude in it. But nobody in the metal community is like, oh, they're cool because he's black. It's just because it's good music.
Well, nobody say he was cool because he's black. I'm just saying he gets more recognition.
But that's what you're saying. You're saying he gets more recognition because he's white, but that's not always the case, though.
In rap, it is when there's two white rappers.
Well, that's also because black. That's also because rap is very like picky about what you can and can't say. Like it's kind of like how you have a
it's
whole
not
bunch
just
of,
about who you are; it's where you're from. And,
yeah,
you know that.
Who are you representing, so to speak?
The 313.
Old Darius Rucker representing country music as the only black artist.
Oh no,
he's just a good songwriter anyway. He could do anything, I think.
Hey guys, remember we saw that news report where Eminem did have a Wii U, so
he was getting a Wii U because he was bored with the PS4 and Xbox One.
Yeah, he bought it for Smash Brothers.
I wanted to make the gaming reference, so it didn't feel like we just got into another conversation.
Eminem.
Oh yeah, that was
right when Smash came out.
Yeah,
come on, man, you have a dementia already. You too young for this.
No, I thought I heard Darius Rucker in there. I was like, what?
Well, yeah. Anyway, let's I think that's it for Splatoon 2. I'm looking forward to the
around
demo
the world today.
Yeah.
Wow.
I just wanted to finish to get back on topic about the rank thing. My main problem with Splatoon 2, and okay, I love Splatoon 1. It was one of the greatest games ever, and I feel Splatoon 2 is almost going to do everything better. My problem is that it's going to do everything better half-assed. Like, we don't get a new ranked mode. You get a couple of haircuts, and there's no reason why there is more than 4. Like,
well, that's just
there's not enough more of everything that there could be.
There might be. I think there might be more hairstyles. That's just the demo.
It was just an example. I mean, of everything. Like, okay, they show the local multiplayer shit, okay? And I'm like, okay, this is great. But when you say local multiplayer, you don't mean local multiplayer. You mean that you can land this shit together with multiple switches. There is still no actual local multiplayer in there.
Which
it's not enough of everything. And it's going to be great. Like I said, I love Splatoon 1. This is going to be better than everything. I just feel the main problem with Splatoon 2 is going to be more of everything, but half-assed. And I don't like that principle. And the ranked mode perfectly shows that.
Yeah, they definitely didn't go all out like I kind of expected.
So it's gonna feel like a 1.5 instead of a 2.
Sadly.
So
no wonder people thought it was an enhanced port.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Splatoon exposed.
So that 2 is just a lie, is what it sounds like. They lied to us that 2. They need to flip that 2 into a 1.5.
I will say the visual improvements are actually the biggest change, really.
Pretty noticeable.
Games, especially when seen side by side. But just the character select, the different animations and stuff going on is just static and kind of bland in Splatoon 1, and seeing like just the amiibo box and how like it does look like real plastic now. I went up and looked at it when I was turning the game on, and like they showed the old footage, and it's just like a bunch of jaggy lines and you know, gray.
It looks so good. My son forgot
plastic.
It looks so good. My son forgot that was in Splatoon 1. He was like, "Oh my god, they got an amiibo box." I was like, that was in Splatoon 1. I don't remember that.
Yeah,
it was kind of blurry. That's why.
It is a really good looking game. I mean, they've come a long way since January 12th, and you know, I just I think that's worth noting because it was a great looking Wii U game, and it looks even better. To me, it looks a way bigger jump than I thought the Switch had over Wii U. Really, I thought more just up the res. Everything else stays the same, but they've obviously added a lot of lighting techniques and other advanced techniques.
The biggest example with that, I feel, is with Sheldon. I feel when you look at the old one and the new one, like the glasses and the reflection and the details, it's absolutely crazy how much work they put into that.
Yeah, it's almost like Toy Story 1 versus Toy Story 3, maybe even more. So in my mind, Splatoon 1 still looks as good as Splatoon 2, but you see the side by side, it's like, wow, that's pretty significant. So it was nice to see that, you know, they did put some effort there, and the game was running at 720 in January 12th, and now it's full 1080, which a theory I had was that Nintendo's building the games in portable mode, and then at the end, all right, now what can we get when it's docked, and then upping it there. Like, so back at January 12th, it was like the big deal, or it was the 13th event actually. People captured direct feed footage from the dock, and it was 720p, and it's like, well, why is it 720 in the handheld and dock? That makes no sense. There should be a drop off going to portable. So now we know that was just they hadn't bumped it up in dock mode. So I think that's going to be the case. Even Super Mario Odyssey might even be similar case. Where that's at 720 right now. And I think, like I said, they design and build the game for portable and then bump it up at the end. So I think that's an interesting thing to keep track of. We'll see if Mario Odyssey can make a bump up to like 900. I doubt it. 1080 where they're shooting for 60.
Oh man, I need that 900p. It's such a big difference.
It does.
Can we stop?
I will say Zelda does look sharper. You see the difference between 720 and 900. It's definitely sharper. And
but seeing actual Odyssey live on the TV, I'm telling you, that game is gorgeous.
It's just so weird because that was like the fight between PS4 guys and Xbox guys on 900p on the Xbox.
Yeah.
But I mean, either way,
we're asking for 900p for the Switch. It's like kind of weird to me.
It is impressive though that I mean, it's sitting right next to me. This small little device can even do what it's doing. Like
I can't. I
don't think
get over it.
justify it. Like the portable mode, the drop in clock speeds and stuff. Like it doesn't even compute that the games look as good as they do. I mean, Splatoon 2 and portable looked amazing yesterday when I deleted my data so I could play through the little tutorial again. Little tip: if somebody wants to play through that, you just go and delete your save data for the demo, and then you can replay it. But I was like, man, this does look amazing. And of course, Digital Foundry, they love to just call the Switch portable. They love to focus on that. That's a great looking portable. And then you got idiot Patch or whatever his last name, however you say his stupid ass name,
irrelevant,
saying that it's 90% a portable. Like no one plays it. Quote. No one plays it docked. No one plays it as a console. I'm like,
how the fuck would he know?
First of all, how do you know that? How would you even know that?
He watches
because
he's a fucking stalker, is what he is. Sir.
Because he's always at conventions, so everyone he's talking to is at a convention.
With
so of course they're playing it in portable mode. Like, are you fucking kidding me?
That's such a weird reasoning.
I can't believe he's that stupid. Like I have to believe he says.
I can believe it. I can believe it.
No, I don't think so. I have to believe he says that stuff because he knows it will drive people insane.
Maybe.
And people will mention his stupid name.
Could be because I just did. But
right, I think that's his shtick.
So y'all are just part of the problem.
Nobody can be that dumb. And especially somebody who gets hired by people to present data.
How does his advice 2 years ago to absolutely don't invest in Nintendo when their stocks were as low as they've been in forever?
Yeah, that was
How can you
great advice? How
can you still have a job? And then he talks about some poor schmuck who makes $20 an hour. Like that's a low amount of money, and it's like, oh, fuck you, dude. Like,
I don't.
It's just anyway.
Dude's a troll.
And he doesn't say it like a troll. He just says it like he thinks he's talking truth, and I hope he predicted the Switch would probably average 10 million a year for 5 years, which would put it about 50 million. Which I mean, that's pretty good for Nintendo coming out the Wii U, but I think it's gonna do more.
Yeah, definitely.
Anyway, let's talk about a little Zelda DLC for those of us that got it and have played it.
I'm gonna go take a nap.
Terrell,
me too.
Retro.
I'm gonna go take my nap. I'll be back.
I just wanted to point out that I'm back in 100% into this game, Master Mode. I got 29 shrines complete, and it started off tough, but it definitely feels like a new game because cooking and hunting is like so crucial. Even though I did it before, it's so crucial now where I've actually stalked and hunted wildlife for meat. Like I didn't do that in the first game. If I saw them, I might run them over my horse accidentally or shoot an arrow. But now I'm just like, I need to collect stuff. I need to get resources, and I think I have 9 hearts, and I got Mipha's Grace, so I beat the Zora Divine Beast, and with that regenerating health, it definitely ups the challenge. It doesn't make it impossibly hard or anything, but if you miss a couple times to hit them, that health will regenerate pretty quick. So definitely made it more challenging, and I'm really enjoying the Master Mode. And I really love those little platforms with the little I almost said Octoling. The fuck are those?
Octoroks?
Octoroks, yeah.
Turok, man.
The funny thing I figured out, I sniped the dude off it, the Blue Bokoblin, and I jumped onto it, and I was like, damn it, the bridge is up a little higher. I can't get to it. And I was like, how can I make this go up? So I used my horse call whistle, and they reacted to it and raised me up. It was so cool. That little detail that Nintendo is always, they're always thinking. But just, those little additional placements and then the harder enemies and stuff, really, it's definitely replay value alone. I think the replay value anyways, they're just playing it in different, the Divine Beast in different order makes it interesting to me.
Yeah.
But having all these other little things, I think it's a cool addition and makes me want to replay the whole game now. And then the little map feature's cool. The costumes, I found them in my other save file where I've done everything. And in my new save file, they're surrounded by guardians because a lot of them are in the general Hyrule field area. So it's I haven't been able to get any yet, but overall, it's really cool. And I didn't even mention the Trials of Sora, which we talked about a little bit. So, T, I know I seen you playing. I seen you were online. What are you spending your time on right now with the DLC?
Honestly, I was mostly doing the EX stuff. You know, getting the different masks and whatnot that are scattered about. And I still have shrines to get, so I've been working on that using the whatever it's called, it lets you know where you've been and stuff.
Oh yeah, Legend of the Hero or something.
Yeah.
Or something.
I've been using that to see where I haven't been, and so I've been trying to trek to those areas more. So, and I found a couple of shrines doing that. So,
yeah, that's a cool feature.
Yeah, pretty cool. That's what I've been doing though.
I liked how the costumes weren't just like, oh, here they are. Like, there's the little side quest opens up, and you gotta find a journal and gives you pointers on where they are. And if you haven't gone to the area in your map and don't have it like, what was the ranch ruins? What's that ranch called?
Lon Lon?
Is it say Lon Lon?
No, it's called Ranch Ruins. It's not called.
Yeah, something Ranch Ruins. Like, if you hadn't gone to that area, then on your map it doesn't show up. And one of the places I needed to find, the hint was like made no sense to me. I'm like, what the hell? Finally, I looked. I was like, well, there's ruins on the map, but I don't have a name, so I'll go there. And then it said the name. I was like, oh, geez, that would have been so easy to find.
Yeah.
So it does help make you find things places you hadn't gone. There was ruins next to a river I hadn't been to. So cool stuff. I liked how they did it. Maybe I would have probably put Tingle's outfits, on Tingle Island somewhere, but they didn't.
Yeah.
They didn't do that.
Maybe that would have been too obvious.
That would have been cool.
Yeah.
You could have split it up between the different, sections of it.
And then the what do you call it? Fast travel medallions? Yeah. Having full hearts and all my gear on my other save file, no problem where it's at, but starting in master mode with 8-9 hearts, there's no way I'm going to get that thing anytime soon because of its location. I was like, God damn it.
Guardians.
And then the Trials of the Sword it's really cool. I mean, that's for me, the other Zelda, like, what was it, Cave of Trials or whatever, and Twilight Princess, like those felt a little more tedious and just like, I don't know, less thought out. It was just like waves of enemies with the environment barely changed. Well, the fact that they basically anything's possible in these, it looks, aesthetically the base design is the shrines, but then they fill them with all kinds of stuff. Like there's one that's so huge you got to tame a horse if you want to. You don't have to. It's big enough to go sneak up and tame some horses and then go take on a guardian. Like some of them are huge.
How many rooms are there?
There's probably,
did they mention?
I know there's 22 in the final one, with two rooms that are kind of like, here's some treasure chests, here's a
some treasure chest rooms,
but overall I would think there's probably 50 plus.
Yeah, I thought they said like 60 something before it was released.
Wow.
And they're really varied. There's some that are just like all wind based with your sailcloth that's
people have gotten through that.
Frickin' Ultra's got through it on master mode, I think. If I'm not mistaken.
Christ.
I got to the last room in the final, and there's a white bearded Lionel and like 10 bokoblins on horses, blue and black and white bokoblins on horses. And both times I had ancient arrows and I missed, and he hits me with his 3 flaming arrows, and it takes your health. And
do ancient arrows, it seemed like I've used ancient arrows on freaking Lionels and it didn't do a whole lot.
Kills them in one shot. If you
really?
Mm-hmm. So, and I don't know about the gold and the silver, but I know the white bearded for sure because I killed them in the in Hyrule Castle in that little trap room, which is one shot. He doesn't drop his gear, which.
Oh, okay. That's probably what I'm thinking about.
But anyway, I'm having a great time. I got probably 20 hours in the game since that DLC came out, and I think if I had to put a value on it, it would definitely be worth $10 for what we got with this one. So half of the expansion pass feels pretty. That feels pretty fair in my opinion. So
we all pretty much believe that we feel like the second part of it will be worth 20 alone.
Yeah, and
if it's what we think it is.
We saw like 7 seconds of footage of that, which is interesting. We can discuss that if anybody wants to. Robert, did you play any of the DLC or any Zelda?
No, I didn't pick it up yet. I'll pick it up eventually. I mean, I was always looking more towards the story later on in the year, but I just hearing people talk about it, like it actually sounds a lot better than I thought it was going to be. So I might just pick it up sooner rather than later. Maybe, I don't know. I haven't picked it up yet. I definitely will though, for sure.
Retro, did you get it?
Not yet, purely because of money reasons, but that's behind me now. So in 1 or 2 weeks, I'll pick it up, and because I've been looking forward to this almost more than the one that's gonna come next, because this DLC combines two of my favorite things, and that's Eventide Island and the shrines, and it combines it. So I can't wait to start it.
It is cool. Like I even want to start the beginner one again and maybe just try some different things. Now that I'm through it, I was very cautious, and I found some recipes now that like give you full health plus like 3 hearts that are really simple recipes with some of the items you get. So I was like, oh man, that would really help me. And little tip for people, however many hearts you have in the game at the time you enter the trials. So let's say you had 3 hearts of life left and you entered the trials. You start with three hearts. So if you've replenished your health before you start, then you have however many hearts you have. So I have 27.
Wow, I didn't know it would do that. That's not cool.
Yeah, so if you go, I went in the first time with like 5 hearts, and I was like, oh, this sucks. So then when you die, you go back, and I was like, I better heal. And then if you do one of the elixirs, that will also continue into the trial. So if you,
I was wondering that, so you'll get the extra hearts.
Yeah, so you get the extra hearts, or the smart move probably would be to do a dish that gives you like 2 or 3 buff for defense. Like if you find one that like gives you the high benefit of defense by mixing all the things that have defensive stat boost. Because you start with no clothing, so you have no shield, and no armor. So that's just another little tip that I figured out. So it was cool stuff. I'm glad. I kind of probably would have been better for me to come a little later because I was just getting into Horizon Zero Dawn, and now it's like against back on the back burner. But
bye.
I am enjoying that a little more than I was last time 2 weeks ago when I talked about it. But I have gotten through one of the good storylines. I'm done with that now, so I'm just like, now what? So, but anyway,
follow the arrow. That's what.
Yeah. Follow the footsteps. But some of the other storylines aren't as interesting, so maybe it was good anyway that Zelda came out. And I'm still enjoying ARMS. I know that's going to be dead in a couple weeks, but I'm still enjoying playing that. And poor Yabuki-san, or Yabuki-san. His great game comes out and it's going to get just completely overshadowed.
Sorry.
But
that would have been a great second title for launch.
Yeah, that's a good point. That probably would have been better than maybe Mario Kart 8 in that April slot.
Nobody would have heard of Bomberman.
Probably would have worked.
Nobody would have heard of Super Bomberman R.
Bro, y'all need to chill out, man. I wonder if that game made money. All right, that's all it matters.
No, I'm just saying, like if ARMS is a launch title along with Zelda.
I don't know about that. I feel like they still should have separated.
It would have still been overshadowed.
I think the April slot would have been.
But Mario Kart did really help push Switches and stuff.
That's true.
Yeah,
maybe if it was
not May. Why not May?
Because Street Fighter, man, Street Fighter. Come on.
Oh, I totally forgot.
So did everybody except
so did everybody else, apparently.
I'm still playing that.
Yeah, I see Shadow Fox play it almost every time I'm playing.
He's playing ARMS this weekend.
I'm playing it online a lot lately, Street Fighter, and I main Dalsim, and when I play online, it's so funny. Basically, 90% of the players, they're always either Ken or Akuma and shit. So when they face somebody
Hadoukens and shit.
Yeah, exactly. So when they face somebody like Dalsim, they have no idea what to fucking do because all they fight are Ken normally. That's pretty fun.
That's great. I got to do that.
I'm glad to see Street Fighter is still balanced.
Super balanced, man.
Yeah, so anybody got anything else Oh, that footage we saw. I have a quick theory about what we saw from the DLC Pack 2. They showed looked like Zelda and like a ceremony. I think they traveled to all the regions of where the divine beasts were. I think she's probably memorializing the fallen champions. That's my theory.
So this is after you think this is after the Ganon fight.
It's after because if it wasn't,
some people were speculating. Oh, this is they're going back 100 years.
If they
which
did,
I think
it's going to be a prequel.
Which I would have loved way more.
It would have, but then they would have to build up all the those ruins and stuff.
That's why I would have loved it way more.
I know, would have been a lot more work.
It would have been a lot of work.
But I think
I don't
it's
think
just
they need to rebuild the world per se. I still feel it's going to be in the past somehow. It's something they had to do in order to prepare for the future or some shit like that.
Well, they confirmed it takes place after.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Sorry to crush your dreams, man.
Because you're playing as Link.
And you play as Link, but you learn. I think you're gonna be following Zelda, or Zelda maybe goes off on her own. But like they showed her, it looked like in Gerudo City or whatever. Probably,
Does Link still have to wear the dress? Is my question.
Yeah, hopefully not.
That would be a great idea for a quote unquote Majora's Mask like sequel, where you make it and it's out in 2 years or whatever. And just go back in the same world.
Yeah, all they got to do is build
everything up that's destroyed. Right.
Before.
That'd be cool.
I'd be totally down for that.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I was a little bummed that it said when it confirmed that as well, because I was like, part of me was hoping you could at least, maybe there'd be sections you could play as Zelda and have some new abilities and stuff.
For Zelda playable character stuff.
We'll see. I forget what other thing they said. A new dungeon. That storyline, which is part of the storyline, I think, would be the dungeon. And I forget what else is coming in that one. Was there anything else?
Nothing that anybody cared about.
Yeah.
If it didn't have Zelda's ass on it, I wasn't interested.
All right. So that's all I have for topics in it. Like
there's one more thing, kind of big.
Forget something?
Some platinum trolling on Twitter.
Oh, that's right.
Oh yeah, Platinum gonna eat a dick, man. Come on, Kami. You fucking want you put 1-for-1 pictures and Bayonetta. You think you cute? I want the game, Kami.
That would be cool. Like if for some, for people who missed out on Bayonetta 2, if they brought a port, and I think the Wonderful 101 needs a big amount of improvements, like tweaks to
I think it needs to be a
streamline
sequel. I don't think it would be a port.
Yeah, I really wouldn't want a port after having just played it. There's just so many super long levels I'd never want to play again. But what do you guys think that means? Does it mean anything? Just hey, we're fucking with you guys and we're working on something. But
I tend to believe like Bayonetta, that can go either way. It's probably just support, which would easily work, to switch. But I don't think, for me, I don't think Wonderful 101 would make an easy port. Because it's a lot of, what do you call it? Gamepad heavy stuff. Obviously, you can use the Pro Controller, or you can just use the Pro Controller or whatever to draw and stuff like that. It wasn't that intuitive, but you could do it. I mean, you can drive a car with your feet. That'll make it a good idea.
I actually found it for most things. I used dual analogs towards the end.
It never worked for me. I tried to use it, but
me too.
I actually got better with that than drawing.
I can play it both ways personally.
But and then it's not just that. There's like the levels where you go inside. They can.
They just make that
little area. They just throw it up on the screen.
Just throw it up on the screen. I mean, there's no reason to.
But it's gonna be awkward, I think, because of the controls or whatever. But anyway, I just think it just would make more sense to make a sequel. And you can, if you want to pack in the first one or whatever, I think I think part one didn't sell that well, but I think it sold well enough. I think it sold like 200,000 copies.
Let's go check.
Something like that. And that game was like a Wii game. Like, they started it on Wii. And I'm sure it didn't cost that much in production and development. So 200,000.
I think the Wonderful 101 could be a pretty good success if they just simply remove all that drawing bullshit. If it just had controls, it could be seriously.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They have to do that. that's what I'm saying. That's why I feel like it has to be a sequel where they don't have that.
Yeah.
Because, porting that over and just like doing something weird with it just is not that intuitive to me. I think they need to make a sequel. Not unlike Splatoon, where you say, okay, that never happened. The bad stuff, this can still work really well, but we're going to show you a better way, better mechanics, designed for the Switch.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully
it's sold 400,000 apparently.
400,000. See, so it did really well. That's actually really well.
It was pretty. It dropped in price, So
it dropped in price. I think it sold around 200,000 before, it started dropping in price.
That's like I talked about earlier. I mean, I don't know how much that game would have cost, but it probably made like 10 million.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think it cost that much because it was started development on Wii, and Wii was notoriously cheap to develop for, and obviously moved it over and it cost a little more for the HD stuff, but that game didn't cost that much in development. Like it just didn't. So that's why I say make a sequel if you want to bring over that one and enhance it somehow and add it in there too. That would be great, just like they did Bayonetta 2. That would be awesome.
Yeah, and like I said, porting Bayonetta 1 and 2. Like I'm not gonna be mad about that. I really don't think I would buy it. Like if I want to play Bayonetta 2, I can.
That's the toughest buy of all these. Maybe next to Pokken for me.
Yeah. No, I think Bayonetta is harder.
Because I put.
Well, no, that's not even the Pokemon. No, it's not even the Pokemon bias. It's just the fact that Bayonetta is one of those games that like I don't really need to play multiple times
online. It's not like you can play.
Yeah, that's another
it's more single player focus, and the only reason why I can see them doing it is just because Bayonetta 2 will never be on anything else unless Nintendo says so. So like that's the game that would make the most sense.
They said that. Isn't that what Kamiki?
Who the fuck is Kamiki?
Wow, isn't that what Kamiki is?
He's Rafiki's brother.
Damn. Kamiki and Rafiki.
That was good one.
What the hell? Oh my gosh. Didn't Kamiki say that like 1,000 times? He was like arguing with people on Twitter about it.
The Nintendo.
Yeah.
So to me, that one makes sense. Just so it's not lost on a failure of a console.
But it's still, again, and I don't know how much the production costs were for that, but it sold pretty well.
Yeah, VG Charts has it at 800,000, which is
it's right.
It was, and like I said, if like Nintendo made $35 per copy on that, that's do the math. That's a good amount of money.
Platinum made their money. Nintendo paid them. So it was all about how much Nintendo made on the game.
That's 24 million.
Hey, it made more money than Scalebound.
So here's the thing. I put 40 hours in Bayonetta 1 on Wii U, and I put 65 in Bayonetta 2. Like, there's not much left for me. Yeah, right. I would get just as much out of just seeing, like, comparison. Here's Bayonetta 2 comparison, Wii U to Switch. Like, watching that would be all I'd get out of having it again. I wouldn't mind. I don't have a problem.
Was it 1080p or 720?
No, it's only 720.
Yeah.
So I don't have a problem. I wouldn't have a problem supporting it just on principle, but I really I'd rather just have 3. But if this is like, hey, we're releasing these and 3's coming, like that would be cool. But
that's what I want to hear. If they're gonna, release these games again, I want to hear that 3 is in the works.
Mm-hmm.
My opinion is a bit different about this whole matter. You have everybody's like, yeah, wonderful 102, Bayonetta 1500 and shit. I think they just used all of this to open the new Twitter to show what they did. I think it means absolutely nothing. I think they are working on a Switch exclusive game. I'm 100% convinced of that. I think none of this means anything in relation to the games they've already worked on, like no new 101, no new Bayonetta, no port of it. I honestly think it was just to promote themselves for the new Twitter.
I hope they're working on the damn names on that list. I
would say I'm a little bit more skeptical of Bayonetta than I am Wonderful 101 because Bayonetta's was just a generic picture, whereas Wonderful 101's literally had the dude holding a Switch.
And it was a
They're
Famicom.
both holding
Yeah, it was a
Famicom style
Famicom.
Switch controllers.
Yeah, that one to me is a little bit more like you're doing something with that franchise. And it is a Nintendo IP, so it would make sense for that one to be pushed. Bayonetta's a little bit vaguer because people are just kind of like, oh, it's the red and blue Joy-Con, so of course that
Yeah, that
makes
is like really vague.
Like that one's stretching it, but like I think there's something going on with Wonderful 101 because
it has to be.
Yeah, that's just too. That's a little bit too specific. And to me, the only reason why I would say it might be another Bayonetta game is because, well, right now Bayonetta is at the height of her popularity. To be fair, I mean, like for God's sakes, she went from being kind of a no-name character at near the end of the 360 PS3 generation to being like this bad bitch that ended up in like not only her game getting ported to Wii U and having a sequel, but then being put in a Smash Brothers game, and then there's an amiibo figure of her coming out this month. It's like I feel like it'd be insane to just be like, no, we're just gonna walk away from that.
Yeah, you better keep striking while the iron's hot on Bayonetta.
I mean, even if Bayonetta 3 is multi-platform, the point is like I don't think they're not. They're definitely. I would think they're definitely working on a third game.
She's got amiibo coming.
The great thing about Bayonetta, I think 2 weeks ago I mentioned something about, I don't even remember what it was, like one of my top 5 favorite gaming moments ever. One of my other moments in that top 5 is when Bayonetta 2 was announced and you had all this salt. That was so amazing.
It was great. All these people they came out of the woodworks. It's like, you weren't there at this retail to buy the game. Like, there's 70 million consoles on each side, where you could have bought Bayonetta and it barely broke 1 million on both of those. So all this anger about Bayonetta not being on nobody seemed to care. No one
seems to give a shit now, to be fair.
The only reason they cared then, because it was on a Nintendo console. And it's like, oh no. Like they act like they were the uber fans of Bayonetta. Break.
Yeah, considering you only had one good port. Considering the PS3 version was trash.
That's unmentionable.
You know what this is? This is like if Rob, for example, would not buy, let's say Beyond Good and Evil will be exclusive to a system he didn't own, and he'd buy, I'm not buying that fucking console, not going to come on down. It's like, what is the logic?
You wouldn't even fathom him saying something like that. And that's why I don't understand. It's like, this game is on a console, I don't have, but I love that game. I'm going to buy that console. That's all there is to it.
And I'm glad you guys brought that up, because that's just gives me actually a reason. I hope they do bring Bayonetta 2 to the Switch, just so more non-Nintendo fans can't play it. It just reminds them again, hey, you can't play this unless you have a Nintendo system.
Yeah.
So that was the major advantage of Sega having, because I think Sega technically owns Bayonetta as an IP, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So like it's like, oh, who's Sega's friends with right now, huh? Like he's over there just whispering in Mario's ear, like we tight, right? You put that Mania and that Forces on there. You want that Bayonetta 3? You know I got you, and you're just like, yeah, you ain't.
They know where their audience mostly is.
Well, yeah, it's Sega. Sega already knew how that goes. Like, it's rare for a Sega game not to show up on the Nintendo console.
I wonder what the pre-orders or the sales for Sonic Forces and Mania will pan out across the systems.
I bet you Mania will probably sell the best on Switch. Forces, that's debatable, but I think Mania
might be PS4 for Forces.
Yeah, I think Forces probably sell the best on PS4, especially if it's 30 frames. That 30 frames things.
Personally, I'm more interested in
people
Forces.
People
Mania's gonna do better.
I
didn't hear. I was talking over. What'd you say, Retro?
I just said personally, I'm looking forward to Forces a lot more, but I feel Mania is gonna kill it on the Switch.
You're looking more forward to Forces? Woo.
Yeah, personally.
Hey man, he just want to make his fan character, man. Chill out. He wants to make his Scourge the Hedgehog.
That's Sonic.
Sonic Spade.
So Forces is gonna be $60, right? So I mean, like,
that's a full price game.
Forces also doesn't have a release date.
Mania's only like 20, so I mean it's pretty easy to buy that.
Forces doesn't even, like, the pre-orders don't even exist, and then Mania's all 3 versions are on VG So this was back in June 3rd, before E3, and actually the Switch one's way behind the PS4, but closer to the Xbox.
I pre-ordered Mania last year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's because Mania got delayed like twice.
Yeah, that pre-order's been up for a while. So
Mania went from being like a May game. No, originally it was like early this year, and then it turned into a May game, and then it turned into what is it, an August game now? I think.
You're not instilling a lot of confidence there, Sig.
Well, see, I'm not worried about Mania. I'm more worried about Forces because Forces just.
Well, I'm saying if you delaying Mania, then I'm worried about Forces for sure.
Oh, I think they're. You know, the sad thing is, I think they might still be rushing Forces, which is why I'm concerned.
Why the hell do they keep delaying Mania? Like, what's the problem?
I don't even think that's like. I wonder how. I wouldn't surprise me if that was because they're reporting it, because they're porting it to everything. I
think that's probably what it is.
They're porting it to It's literally coming out on everything. So I think that might be what it is. I wouldn't be surprised.
iWatch.
We're still waiting for that Pokemon Go iWatch app, all right, man? Chill out.
So, on to more sad note. Today was actually the 2-year anniversary of Iwata passing away, which is crazy. It's been 2 years already. Yeah. So he wasn't in ARMS on the credits for ARMS though, but he is all the other games so far.
You want to hear something creepy-ish? I was playing. Obviously, I was playing Breath of the Wild last night. Into the morning, and what island was glowing right before I went to bed?
Fucking the Satori
Mountain. How weird and creepy is that? And I didn't even know that this was the anniversary.
Oh, side note, I just want to.
Did Nintendo make my game?
Nah, it glows.
I just want to point out before we continue. I did not agree to hear some creepy shit. I just wanted to say.
There's some creepy pasta for you right there. Let's go start that one.
Somebody. I have to sleep tonight, man.
It's just, and then I who's the idiot that said something about like he said something I agreed with, but he chose such poor words. I forget who said it. He had to take it back, but he was trying.
Are you talking about the Oddworld developer?
Yeah, he was trying to basically say how he knows how Iwata, how bad he felt about letting the company down, and he chose the words, the fact that the Wii U was doing so bad was killing him. Like,
you're talking about the Oddworld. That's
not literally, but figuratively. Like he wanted the company to do good. He wanted to do right by his fans, and it must have been hard on him to see the Wii U failing and stuff. And he just chose.
Oh no, he said it a lot worse than that. It was like.
Yeah, he said it was killing.
He made it seem like Nintendo's thinking was killing Iwata. That's the way they
but that's not what he meant. If you couldn't, look at something and figure out what he was trying to say, like just look at that face value, it looked like he said that the Wii U's failure basically caused him to die, but that's totally not what.
Which would be ridiculous because he was in the throes of making Switch. Which is
he just was trying to say, hey, he probably was like eating him up inside how poorly the Wii U was doing. Basically what he was trying to say,
which is funny because like the entirety of that whole conversation was about how he has no faith in the Switch.
Yeah,
that whole because he got lambasted for all that shit because it was that part.
That's ridiculous. Like you got no faith in the Switch based on
nothing.
Well, he's like, oh, I don't think.
Well, that's the dude that was talking about the power too, wasn't it?
Yeah. Which is funny because his game is on the Wii U. He has Oddworld. Oddworld came out on the Wii U, like, what was it, a year ago, 2 years ago?
Well, what about the THQ Nordic guys trying to say that?
Oh, the THQ Nordic.
He's mad that the power, but then they showed the game that they're
porting. Rinky dink ass.
And it's like a 360 looking game, like Retro was trying to point out. And
like, how can you talk about power? It can't run this. I'm sitting here playing Breath of the Wild, the largest game I've ever seen on any console.
Wait. Are y'all talking about the game that has like all the rats in it, and they were talking about?
No, it was kind of it looks like the art style of Darksiders, but it's like a turn-based type of game.
The thing is, it looks like Darksiders because the same artist who also drew for Marvel, who drew everything by hand. But the thing is, that article was misread by people. The dude never said that Battle Chasers, because that's what you're talking about, can't run on the Switch. He was talking about Elex, this open world sci-fi RPG that can't run on it. Battle Chasers, and I said this in the video that I never uploaded, Battle Chasers on E3 was already running on the Switch. They had footage on E3 of Battle Chasers perfect run on. They just said it was hard to port to the Switch.
Yeah.
which that's what I don't get that.
That's the first time anyone said that. So I wonder, what's the issue? Because that game,
This THQ we're talking. I'm just saying.
Yeah, nah, but I mean, come on, people keep saying that the Switch is so easy to port to. I've been fucking waiting on my ukulele for 2 years by now. People already
ukulele
finished the game.
they didn't do a good job putting it on anything. Don't blame the Switch for ukulele.
Yeah,
That
I
was-
just mean, a lot of
that's not-
people
that's
say-
not the best
good at other
example.
consoles.
well, they got Tantalus working on Rhyme. I don't know who's doing ukulele.
And they were starting on Wii U. They were
I thought Playtonic was doing
Of course.
ukulele directly.
Okay.
On Switch.
Well, I know the Rhyme situation. Tantalus doesn't put out a bad port, so
no, they don't.
it is taking them time. Though I wonder what is the hurdle or what.
I
if
bet
it's
you it's
just
money.
polishment.
There's some weird hurt. I mean, look at well, obviously it's different stuff, but like Pocket Fighter, like what happened?
Oh,
to
that one's online.
What happened to that? Remember that racing game, Juice, that you played, that you got on?
Oh, yeah, that
you played the demo for.
Yeah.
What happened to that? Like,
Red Out.
there was a release month for that game, and it's
No, that was supposed to be launched or something like that.
yeah,
and
and it's
nothing
gone.
happened.
I've heard the biggest issue people have been having, even the NBA Playground stuff, has been the online, if anything else.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So we don't know, like, what the issue could be. As far as the porting goes, like
I think it's also because NBA Playgrounds was saying that like the Switch still doesn't support certain tools, because remember NBA Playgrounds was like, oh, we're going to shrink the size of the game when we put out this next patch, and then like the patches that came out didn't even do that. Well,
I mean, it's nuance. It's all nuance. Like we don't know.
Yeah, you gotta
All
remember
those
this
nuances.
console's only like 4 months old at this point.
Yeah.
So there's still, I think it's just,
But people just run to power because that's the easy thing to say.
well, it's an easy out, and I can say it and get away with it and be perfectly fine. And right now, until Nintendo fixes, not even the power, because I think it's more the online than it is the power, to be honest with
A
you.
game like Rhyme doesn't have online though, so
Well, yeah, but
ukulele
Rhyme
doesn't either. Oh, no, it does actually have some multiplayer shit.
well, ukulele, I think
Being
it.
made by a small
Well, to
developer.
be fair, I think
That's
ukulele's issue was just them switching from Wii U to Switch,
Right.
and then like just trying to bug test it on top of
Yeah, that's
adding in
a-
all the other improvements.
phase of ukulele.
We're getting the
Yeah,
we're
but
gonna get the definitive.
The thing
version.
the thing with ukulele is that they're putting it from the Wii U now to the Switch. But first of all, they had dev kits for over a year, and you can bet your ass that they knew like at least half a year before that already that the Wii U version was never gonna come.
They had to have known it wasn't ever going to
You got to understand, guys. Like they made a commitment to Wii U owners. Like you can't just turn that off just because they got a new console.
Yeah,
out.
they probably
Like
spent
they
way
were-
more time.
They were dealing with it. They were toiling with the decision to do that. That's not an easy decision to make. Because you piss off a lot of people.
Yeah, because I think they honestly took the time and actually legitimately tried to get it on there, and they probably took way too much time. So when they made the decision to be like, all right, we can't do this, and we're going to do it on Switch, well, they still had the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and the Steam version coming out like a few months later. So it was just kind of like, yeah, we're gonna have to. And then on top of that, those games released, and none of those were even up to snuff.
And they got to work on patches for those.
Yeah,
games,
you remember
so.
when Breath of the Wild was coming out in 2015? Like, this shit happened.
Yeah, I'm about to say like game development's a lot more complicated, and
Yeah,
I
it's
think
complicated. Man.
yeah, so I don't really flack them. I think Rhyme I'm a little bit more antsy about, because that was a whole fucking debacle, and we still don't know when that game's coming out on Switch.
Yeah, I think as soon as they announced Tantalus was doing it, I kind of had a feeling it was like, well, they're not gonna just get it out to get it out. Like they take pride. They're known for their ports being.
Yeah, they ain't gonna turn us
Top
around.
tier.
I'm not starving for that game. Like when it comes, that's already paid for. So like.
Well, that's how ukulele is for us.
Right.
We are already back the
I'm
game.
not starving for ukulele either. Like,
Yeah, you're just waiting for the code at this point.
right.
Shit.
For sure.
And I played through all of Snake Pass, which I know it's not the same game engine, but to me they look very similar, like art styles and stuff.
Yeah.
And when I watch, YouTube videos of the PC version, I'm like, yeah, that does look way better. But when I was playing Snake Pass and, concentrating on trying to get get up the damn, bamboo, that revolving bamboo platform.
It's a hell of a conversation.
I'm not like, oh my God.
Bamboo.
It's not running at 10. It still looked like it was still a good looking game. Every time I played it, I still thought it was a good looking game.
Yeah.
And if ukulele just looks like Snake Pass looks, which is a far cry below, PC on ultra settings, still was a good looking game. It was definitely didn't hinder playing it other than the lack of analog trigger. Completely different, unrelated thing. But
by the way, since you're already talking about Snake Pass, I'm looking for some reason when that game got updated with the time trials and everything a little while ago on Reddit, people were shit talking the fuck out of that game just because they changed the icon of the game on Switch.
That looks terrible now.
Really?
Yeah, it was it was my favorite icon, and now it looks terrible.
What am I missing?
Yeah, apparently the icon looks like trash all of a sudden. I was like,
yeah, on the Switch, when you pick in the game, Snake Pass had like that
square,
had like greenish blue, and then it had like a zoomed out. It said Snake Pass, and then you had Noodles on the screen. Now it's just Noodles zoomed in, like with.
I haven't played it so long because it's so far down now on my.
Yeah, the new icon they changed with the update, and it just I don't know why they did it. It looks
because I started seeing all this anger towards the icon. I was like, really?
It's terrible.
Okay,
it's that bad, huh?
Well, I'm glad you can confirm it, just because that shit confused me when I was on Twitter.
It's like
people really arguing about this.
It's like, let's make it look like a smartphone, like.
Oh, I see.
Something where I got Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I got art. It's all the box arts for Breath of the Wild. It looks amazing. Then you got this zoomed in snake with a blank stare.
I get what you're saying.
I'm gonna post a screenshot on.
Don't do that, dude. Chill out, man.
I'm going to you.
He's gonna start
so you can see the comparison. Like
it's like Snake Pass shit posting right now.
I wish I could like find the old. Maybe somebody probably has it somewhere.
I'm pretty sure somebody has it. I mean, you can probably find a video of the original icon.
I'm sure, but
I didn't think it was that. Well, the thing is, I don't own Snake Pass, and I was mad because the shit was on sale and I forgot to get it.
How much was it?
Well, I guess you gotta spend money.
No, that's fine. I'm gonna just get Blaster Master and get my Shantae DLC.
How much was it?
Oh,
Snake Pass is 20, but it was on sale for what?
5, wasn't it?
13, 12.
Don't
something.
tell me.
Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah, 12.
Sheesh.
It was like 40% off or something, I think.
Yeah, it was a good chunk. It was like it was almost 50%.
Well, damn.
I saw it. It was weird because it was like the only Switch thing on sale I've seen like ever at this point.
I thought they had some.
You see a lot of things.
Which reminds me, I still need to get like Blaster Master
Brian
Zero.
Altano 100% of it. That bothered me for some reason.
Why did that bother? Because he completed a game?
Yeah, 100%. He 100% Snake Pass. He said he did it. He said the best thing about it. Yeah, he said the best thing about it was that he could, obviously it was portable, so that's what gave him the opportunity to like just relax.
Yeah, it's one of
watch
those
TV or whatever, and just
But
do
it doesn't
that.
have VR, Brian. It doesn't have 4K. It's only 1080p.
Right.
I think that's the major appeal the Switch has because of its portability. You're more casually willing to finish games that you wouldn't normally finish.
Yeah, you
I
can.
got to say,
really get into it.
Because I mean, you don't buy indie games on PS4 and be like, "Yeah, I'm gonna beat all these indie games on PlayStation 4." Them games probably sit in your fucking queue or sit in your library, and you don't see them bitches again until you're looking for a new game's DLC or some shit. And it's like, oh right, I own Shantae on PlayStation 4, huh?
Yeah.
I didn't play a lot of Snake Pass and Portable. I will say it was mostly on the.
No, he beat the game, but he said he 100%ed it because he could play it portably, and he's like,
yeah, it's one of those games that you can pick up and play. That's the one thing I like. I mean, that's the appeal of a handheld in general. There's the reason why I'm still playing Fire Emblem Echoes while also playing ARMS. I'm like, all I got to do is, and I'm not playing Persona 5 as much because that shit's on a console.
Yeah, it's crazy how things have changed post.
How quickly something can change.
Well, hey man, it's a hell of a transition, man. We're in a new era. We're in a new Nintendo era.
You go from no one buys Wii U to hey, I want to switch. It's like, man.
Yeah, I have people on Twitter. It was like, I got the Switch from Amazon. I'm gonna have it. I'll have it in a few days. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll just share a quick story. I had a little game night on Friday, but a couple of the more hardcore gamers couldn't make it last minute. So it was more of the casual guys were here. And so trying to get them into ARMS, and they just weren't feeling it. And so we took a little break, went outside, kind of hung out, and we came back in and played Smash. And one of my friends, Steel Fox, was like, because he couldn't make it, he's like, so what was the big hit? What was the game people want? I was like, yeah, the Switch didn't really catch on with it was just like 4 guys and his one guy's girlfriend. I'm just like, yeah, they're all casuals, so I really don't judge their opinion, you know, for not liking ARMS and not wanting to get in and try the Switch more. But so, you know, for them, it didn't really like grab them. So it's just like
that's something I think like.
Yeah, it's just, you know,
surprisingly,
because we always just play Smash Bros. It doesn't matter. It's on the Wii U because everyone uses their GameCube controller anyway. But it wasn't like people like, oh my god, let me see what else you got. It wasn't anything like that. But like I said, they're all completely casuals. Like, you know, one guy doesn't even ever buy a console. He just plays on PC and stuff. But so it wasn't the big hit I thought it was going to be. And now, you know, Splatoon 2 won't be able to because there's no local split screen or anything, so we can't play that. So I mean, really, there's no
Mario
other than like
Rabbids.
the NBA or a FIFA or a sports game or something. There's really no hand a controller to somebody other than what's already out. Mario Kart 8 is the go-to Switch game for that setting right now.
So cool thing I just saw on Twitter. Apparently, during tonight's WWE Raw, they're actually playing the Nintendo Switch announcement trailer.
Oh, cool. I want to. They should show some footage.
Yeah, well, I mean, have we seen footage?
Still
of that game,
working
period?
on it, man.
Have we even seen footage of that game? Period.
I'm
mean,
sure.
I've seen footage of a
just
lot
like
of
last year.
games in question. Like,
Also, by the way, Juice, I did see that goddamn icon. That
5 days
is
live.
that is a goofy ass icon.
Terrible. I'm gonna share it in the live chat here.
what's their name? You need to hit them up on Twitter. Be like, yo,
Sumo Digital, yeah.
you want this to continue selling?
He's like,
rid
get
of
your
that
shit
icon,
together,
son."
man. Get your shit together.
Gotta find the picture.
It just looks really goofy and good, especially when you compare it to like ARMS and fucking Mario. It just looks really.
What it was
goofy.
before was perfect. It was
awesome before. I thought it was one of my favorite ones. To see.
Welcome to the Snake Pass shit talking show, everyone.
Let's see if
Fuck Snake Pass.
No, just Snake Pass's icon. It was
Well, I
good.
know, but we had to listen. I had to generalize because that's what gaming journalists do.
Yeah,
We don't talk about specifics. Damn it.
some gamers too.
What do you think this is, a fair and equal?
Wait, why didn't you do late ass? Like how they always do.
Boo!
It's
I,
true, though, they
I'm
always
just
do
more
that, man.
excited about the way they're talking about like the Switch. Not even just the fact that this game's on there. It's just the way they're messaging. You know,
They're not
Oh,
representing
here's a
themselves
picture of the
properly.
original. It looks so much better. It's the same kind of look on his face, but it definitely looks better.
This is like one of those things that like when it's like a pet peeve and it just gets worse.
it's just gonna keep growing and growing. Your anger.
Mm-hmm. Let's see.
Yeah, it's gonna be one of those things where by the time the podcast ends, like I fucking hate this picture, man.
It's awful.
all of a
It
sudden,
just-
someone's gonna get drunk. Like I fucking hate this picture. It's all
Definitely
pixelated and shit.
It was an unnecessary change. I wonder why they did it.
They're trying to be more hip and friendly with the young people. The young people like the faces of characters. They don't give a fucking.
Failed.
Yeah,
I mean,
listen.
with Mario Kart 8
if Splatoon 2's thing is just not a close up of Marina, I'm not buying it.
That
What if it's a close up of her ass? Would you buy it then?
100%.
Wow, that's I swear Robert sometimes beat me on being like a deviant. It like depresses me. Like I don't have my
You're
shit.
still a kid though. It's okay for.
Yeah, but I feel like I don't have my shit together when I get compared to that, man. Like I need to step my deviant game up.
How
right?
come every time in my Twitter feed there's a sexy fan art chick, and I'm like, oh, I should send that to Terrell. Then I look, the game, or this one was the game idea guy, but it's usually the game mechanic retweeted Terrell.
Wait, what? I'm a mechanic. I'm a hell of a mechanic.
Oh
Man.
my God.
Isn't it the game? Oh, Game Manic. Sorry,
Yeah, like,
Mechanic, man.
the Game Manic
I ain't got
retweeted.
those kind of tools, man.
Man,
It's
I'm
like-
getting all that shit from Drone Crusher always. Like my entire feed is like full.
Oh no, Drone
titties.
Crusher don't give a fuck,
His is
dude.
just his.
Drone Crusher don't give a fuck.
His would be real women occasionally, but
48D Samus and shit.
Hey, man, 10 out of 10, man. Fuck that. Best
I got
thing
my-
ever.
my
My feed
statement,
is
though.
just like ass, spare ribs, ass.
See, I do that shit sparingly sometimes. Like, I gotta be like late at night and I'm bored and shit. But like, usually I'll just ones I won't tweet out because you know
Well, I just gotta say, I gotta apologize a little bit to you, Terrell, because the two in my feed currently are both from Andre, the game idea guy.
Oh, he's gotten reckless these last
yeah.
few weeks.
He was all about that Twintel announcement. That was...
He fucking killed me, man. I got on Twitter like around that week that she was revealed, and he was going out of his fucking mind.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, "Oh my god!" He was just ass everywhere. I'm just like, Jesus, gamers. See, this is why people keep thinking gamers are losers with this shit. They need to stop misrepresenting us.
Gonna tell y'all wives.
Eat a dick, T.
Andre.
Eat a dick, T.
What y'all doing in y'all spare time?
If I'm single, I can do whatever the fuck I want.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Anyway, let's get
go
on
weird.
out of here, and next week we'll be able to talk about the Splatfest, and so Team Ice Cream. So it's gonna be me, Terrell, Robert, and whoever, one other person. That's Ice Cream. I say we just try to have a force squad the whole 3 hours if we can stay together. I think that'd be cool. And for everyone else, Team Cake, best of luck.
But the thing is with that, just to quickly interrupt on that, it's fine because the majority always goes to one thing. But see, everybody who likes Marina is going there for ass. So all the idiots who are very horny are thinking Marina. So everybody who's actually skilled,
No, I can't.
we're gonna be on Team Cake.
Ass.
Dude, I never.
First off,
I never have cake. I never have cake in my house. I always have ice cream.
I don't like cake. I don't really care.
Well,
I like it, but
sense.
it's nothing great.
That actually makes sense for Juice because Juice is more of a boobs guy. He doesn't really care about ass as much. So yeah.
That's completely
I don't
wrong.
care about ice cream because
That's completely wrong.
ice cream make me blow chunks out my behind. So,
Damn, man.
But Terrell just made a incorrect statement.
Oh, it's fine, Juice. It's fine. I get it.
I don't really care about the titties. It's all about the ass. Just saying.
Okay, Juice. Shit.
But there's nothing wrong with having both either.
I just want to tell you, this is a new thing for white boys. Because when I was coming up, white boys didn't care about no booty. They go what's in the front. It's different now. It's different. I like it. I love it.
Nothing worse than all this up top.
That's exactly what I was thinking when I said it.
Usually
in the 90s, white boys didn't care about no booty, man.
Yeah, they did. They really did. That's all cellulite and
she got cellulite in them jeans. Exactly. This is a new thing for the Caucasian brothers out there. So I'm happy to hear it. Happy to hear this.
Oh shit!
Because Final Thought's been taking 30 minutes the last few weeks, so let's just get on out of here. So
I'm disappointed.
Everybody, thanks for tuning in. It's been fun, and look forward to next week. And that's it.
I was looking forward to hearing Spider-Man.
I know.
By the way, I went to see it. It's a good film. I liked it, man.
Okay, we'll talk about
that offline.
All right, guys. Have a good night. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week.